Dear students, today we are going to discuss about when, where, and how. The first lesson in history, especially second part. During the first part, we were discussed about various part of the Indian history, then medieval period. What are the major historical trends of medieval period? What are the sources of medieval period? Today we are going to discuss about the important geographical factors influenced the history of India. The three major physiographical divisions that have played an important role in the history of India. The first one is Himalayan uplands, the second one is Indo-Gangetic plains, and peninsular India. These are all the three important geographical factors influenced the history of India. So we will discuss one by one. Himalayan uplands. Himalayan uplands was considered for a long time that the Himalayas stood as a natural barrier to protect India against invasions. That is why it is very important factor of Indian history. The second one is Indo-Gangetic plain. It is irrigated by three important rivers, the Gangas, Indus, and Brahmaputra. This vast plain is most fertile and protective because of the alluvial soil. Through by streams of the rivers and its tributaries. That is why this is also very important in Indian history. Third one is peninsular India. The Vindhya and Satpur mountains along with the Narmada and the Tapti rivers form the great dividing line between northern and southern India. The plateau to the south of the Vindhya mountain is known as the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is flanked by the eastern and western Ghats. The major rivers of the southern peninsula are almost running parallel. Mahanadi is at the eastern and end of the peninsula. Narmada and Tapati run from east to west. Godavari, Krishna, Tungabhadra and Kaveri flow from west to east. As the southern peninsula is gifted with a long coastline, the people of this region interest in the maritime activities. That is why this is also one of the important factors influenced the history of India. Now we are going to discuss about terms used to describe the Indian subcontinent. India had different names in the past such as Bharatavarsha, Aryavarta and etc. However, during the medieval period, it was called Hindustan. Throughout its history, the Indian subcontinent has been known by varied names. During the ancient period, it was referred to by such names as Bharatavarsha and Jambudvip. The term Aryavarta or land of Aryans is said to have been used by Patanjali to denote the northern part of India lying between the Himalayas and the Vindhyas. The Sendavastha, the scared book of the Pharisees, described the subcontinent as Saptasindhu. The ancient Greeks referred to the Indians as Indo or people of the Indus. During the medieval period, the name of that gained popularity was Hindustan. Sindhu was an ancient Aryan name which could not be pronounced correctly by people who invaded or visited India from northwest. The name Hindustan or the land of the river Hindu came from the term Hindu only. It was from the river Sindhu that the people living on the eastern side of the river came to be known as Hindus in medieval India. The terms Hind and Hindustan were used in both Persian and Arabic languages after the Islamic conquest of the 11th century. Though the name Hindustan continued to be popular throughout the medieval period, the area which was covered by this name varied widely. Dear students, these are all the Indian subcontinent, the various terms used to describe. I hope you are all clearly understand about when, where and how. Thank you.